Miami, Florida, the 1990s, a city pulsing with life, neon lights, and the promise of the American dream. But beneath the sun-soaked streets, something darker was lurking. A predator who stalked the shadows, turning a bustling highway into a corridor of death. They called him the Tamiami Trail Strangler. Between September 1994 and January 1995, 6 lives were brutally taken. The victims, women, and one transgender woman, all lured into a deadly trap by a man who seemed on the surface so ordinary. His name, Rory Enrique. Conde, born in Barranquilla, Colombia in 1965. Conde's early life was marked by loss. His mother died when he was just a baby, and he was sent to live with his grandmother. At 12, he moved to the United States. A fresh start, but one marred by secrets and darkness he carried deep inside. As a young man, he married, had children, and tried to build a life in Miami. But behind the walls of his apartment, rage was festering, a rage that would soon explode into violence. The Tamiami Trail, a stretch of road connecting Tampa to Miami, was known for its nightlife, its sex trade, and its hidden dangers. This is where Rory Conde found his victims. Between September and January, he preyed on those society had pushed. To the margins, sex workers, people struggling to survive. He would lure them with promises of money or companionship, take them back to his apartment, and there the nightmare would begin. Conde's method was chilling. He'd strangle his victims, sometimes leaving taunting notes on their bodies, messages to the police, challenging them, mocking their inability to stop him. Each body was then discarded like trash, dumped near the Tamiami Trail, his dark signature left for the world to see. As the body count rose, fear gripped Miami's streets. Sex workers avoided the trail, terrified of being the next target. Police stepped up patrols, but the killer remained elusive, a ghost slipping through the cracks. Who was he? A man, a monster, hiding in plain sight. The catalyst for Conde's rampage, his crumbling marriage. After years of abuse, his wife finally left him, taking their 2 children. To Conde, this was a betrayal that shattered his world. In his mind, the women he killed were stand-ins for his wife, punishments in a twisted act of revenge. The police were desperate, clues were scarce, witnesses were afraid. Then, in June 1995, a break in the case. Rory Conde attacked another woman, but this time she fought back. She escaped, ran to a neighbor's, and called the police. When officers arrived, they found a scene straight out of a nightmare. A man hiding in plain sight, a predator caught at last. In custody, Conde confessed, 6 victims, 6 lives snuffed out. He showed no remorse. When asked why, he blamed his wife. But in truth, this wasn't about her. This was about power, control, and a deep, twisted darkness he could no longer contain. Conde was sentenced to death for the murder of Rhonda Dunn, his final victim. For the other 5 murders, he received life sentences without parole. But even after the trial, the story wasn't over. In 2016, his death sentence was overturned after a U.S. Supreme Court decision found Florida's death penalty procedures unconstitutional. As of now, Rory Conde sits on death row, awaiting resentencing. 6 names, 6 lives: Lazaro Comesana, Elisa Martinez, Charity Nava, Wanda Crawford, Rhonda Dunn, an unknown woman. They were daughters, sisters, friends, each with a story, each with a future stolen. The Tamiami Trail Strangler is a stark reminder that evil often hides in the most ordinary of faces. Rory Conde was a husband, a father, a neighbor, and a killer. His story is one of horror, but also of the resilience of a community determined to stop a predator in his tracks.